Hey, my name is Ricky Retardo, and this is the Ricky Retardo Show, where we look at some autistic guy's painted minis that he made for no particular reason. Some of these are kit bashed, some of them are terrain I made, some of them are just random bullshit. But first, you can see these kit bashed Sci-Fi assassins. I did a lot of Sci-Fi kit bashes recently. Um, I think I showed off a lot of the kit bashes on a semi-recent video. I also checked my photos on my social media, but turned out there was a lot that I hadn't posted to social media, so I'll probably have to post some of that. But yeah, this is just some of the stuff I did more recently than the last video. Uh, yeah, these guys are basically just Stargrave mixed with some Battle Sisters GW stuff. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So these guys were kind of fun, just giving them different colors, dark colors, kind of bluish, kind of purplish, bluish, blackish. And then I think I showed these guys on my Facebook, but these are like space police guys from like a Cloud City type place that I figure exists somewhere in my D&D setting in space. They're just general space police in you know, blue and white outfits basically. Very Bespin, I guess. You know, they've got Tau and Stargrave and Peri-Sudanese parts and all sorts of wacky shit. And then the thing, you see those guys, you're like, oh, are they good space police? Well, their space society has space robo-zombies, which leads me to believe that they actually, I don't know. They might be zombie slaves, but they might just be regular zombies. Who knows? But they do have robo-zombies. So that's pretty cool. Why not? Robo-zombies is okay. I've got no problem with them, politically speaking. Uh, there's a horrible... I tried to give it a symbol on the little part of the Tau shoulder pad I cut off for this rocket launcher arm, but I fucked it up. Now here are some Reaper killer apes that I painted in contrasting colors. There's the shadow ape. There's like a shadow ape, and there's a snow ape, I guess you could call him. The shadow ape is supposed to be like a sneaky, stealthy guy. He's two different shades of black. It's easier to see the difference between the skin tone and the fur in real life. My camera's not very good. The white snow ape type guy looks cool. I'm pretty happy with these guys. They were easy to paint. Did them up real quick because I got a bunch of bajillion monkey mans to paint. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with these guys. They're pretty cool monkeys. I like monkeys. They are cool. So here are some more monkeys. First is this Reaper Gorilla Man that I had for a bajillion years. No. What happened was I had already painted this version of the mini, but without the Triceratops hat, because that's an optional part of him. But that was years ago, and I painted him up as a white gorilla guy. And for a long time, I thought I had lost this mini. But then once I had bought this replacement, I realized I still had the other one. So I painted this guy up differently, gave him the fancy hat, and he's got a red Triceratops hide on him. He's a big ass gorilla man, and he's probably a chill dude. He's probably a nice gorilla. Here's a WizKids pre-painted ape of some kind. What kind of ape is this? Is this a dire ape, apparently? For D&D, or is it? Yeah, it's for D&D 2003. But I repainted it, and a Sasquatch mini from some sort of board game that I don't know anything about. But it's very classic Sasquatch looking, and I like the dire ape. I guess he's supposed to have some bony protrusions like D&D dire animals sometimes have, but I just didn't paint it like that. I think that's kind of like, I mean, it's cool. Like, some people like that. I don't know. Bony protrusions are just slightly lame to me. It's kind of like, there's certain monsters in media where I'm just like, that's just like a big meat guy. He's not like a cool design. He's just like big muscle and flesh and blood meat man. I always think it's just like lame and generic, but these guys are cool. I like these guys. Yeah, I kind of feel like, you could paint the bumps on those as bony ridges and actually make it look good. Now here is a Ben 10 toy I bought years ago to turn into a Elder Scrolls Frost Atronach. And I had already done that, but I decided to repaint it. I think it looks pretty good. I probably should give the base some snow. I've given to some other stuff, but unfortunately I am too foolish to do anything correctly. So, pretty basic. If you know the Ben 10 character, you'll be like, that's the Ben 10 character, but it works for me. Now, final mini of a character, and then we'll get to some terrain. This is just a twin goddess pin-up demon lady on a printer. It's like an office lady. I decided to go for some slightly, what's the character? Wii Fit Trainer-esque colors. It's a fun mini. I didn't know how to paint her up, so I decided just to go with white skin, and then from there, kind of the purple hair and the blue shirt and the black skirt kind of came from that. And yeah, I'm pretty happy how the white turned out. It's not the greatest paint job ever, but hey, it does the job. So yeah, pretty happy with that. And now for the terrain. First are a couple of cats that I kind of built out of stuff I had. I think a neighbor that's now deceased, unfortunately, gave me these toy cats and the toy jewelry that's been chopped up and put around their necks. And then the bases are, one of them's a D&D base, or, some actual miniature base, rather. And then the other one's a pill bottle. But I decided to go with kind of like a black marble for their bases, and also for the necklaces they have. They have these brilliant kind of crimson, dark red rubies in their necklaces, and of course the cats themselves are golden with emerald eyes. And these will be good loot in a D&D game, The players are like, oh man, this is worth like a fortune. It's like, yeah, but can you get it out of the place? And I'm not like an old school D&D DM. If they've got like a donkey or something and they can load it onto the donkey or something, fine. They've just got to have enough animals to be able to do that with. Like my D&D characters always have baggage trains. This is sort of an embarrassment, but looking at actual historical maps of Earth, it's fine. I'm gonna turn this to a certain point. Okay. Can you Can you see what this globe is trying to depict? It is a very famous setting. It is probably the most popular setting in all of human history. Kind of. It was called Earth. But it's basically, I looked at my D&D map of Earth, and I was like, oh, I can reproduce that on this fucking thing here. And you can kind of see, like, there's South... God, this is really hard to make it focus. You can kind of see there's South America and Central America, but the equator is all fucked up, and, there's no Antarctica, and basically Afro-Eurasia kind of stops east of Arabia, and there's all these weirdo islands, and it's all out of scale. But there are real maps like that in real life, including some that have influenced whack jobs, like is it the Orontius Phineas map, or like there's the one from that one Turkish guy of like, oh, here's the Americas, and people are like, oh, look, Antarctica was like fused to South America at the time. It was not. He was just stretching the coast of South America to fit on the map. So that is my excuse. And also, it's a piece of art. It's not meant to be a useful map. It's just something some weirdo in the prehistory of my D&D setting made. Anyways, here are some things. This here... Oh, crap. Let me actually... There we go. So, if you can guess what the gem on the left is, you are very well versed in old poor people toys, like Mega Bloks. It's a Mega Bloks gem from some sort of fantasy set. And then the little caterpillar thing here is it's a perfume bottle that my late neighbor gave me. And I've painted it up as like an onyx and, garnet or ruby or whatever. Just a big fancy statue, again, with the black granite, painted base. So that it's kind of got like, it sort of sits on that. And then this one's like onyx with a big blue gem. And then finally, my neighbor gave me these pieces of play jewelry, or costume jewelry rather, and I was like, oh, I can turn these into big giant crystals. And so I have done it. They are basically, these could be loot, they've also got the black granite bases, and they're on these golden pedestals, and I tried to get the crystals themselves to not be painted, because I think she said she didn't want them painted. She just wanted them to stay like that, so that's fine. They look good, I think. Pretty basic, obviously pill bottles. I've also got a mammoth, a war mammoth, a giant mammoth man, and a woolly rhino mount that I'm going to spray at some point. So hopefully you'll see that. Alright, hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.